what we sell is sun, sand, and sea. Wherever you go to Maldives, you can get sun, sand, and sea with a combination of luxurious facilities available in Maldives, provided and designed especially in mind of luxury travelers when you go to a resort.
Let's go back in history a little bit. How did it all kind of start?
Well, it was 45 years back when the Italian group of travelers traveled to Maldives. One of the local travel agents helped them to stay in the nearby island, which is called Pandos and Kurumba. Those two islands they stayed there. Since then, mainly travelers from Italy, UK, Germany, and then Spain start travel to Maldives. Since then, it is product of Maldives, and the popularity of Maldives grew among the travelers all over the world. After 45 years, as you know, if you name one of the world's luxurious brands, they have hotels in Maldives.
Repeat that? I missed that.
If you name one of the luxurious brand name, those brands' hotels will be in the Maldives. Our competitors. We must actually differentiate from our products to a luxury to a super luxury. As you know, Maldives we have rooms from $1,000 to $60,000 per night rooms, which consists of within 20 years the innovation and then the creativity and the technology we used its maximum. Having to one of the world's first underwater restaurant to the world's largest underwater restaurant, and world's underwater spas, underwater wine cellars, underwater nightclubs, and so on. And maybe very soon we will have world's largest underwater full-fledged hotel in the Maldives, representing the beauty and the lush luxury of the underwater of Maldives, in combination with soft sand and crystal clear waters, and then the white pearls islands scattered across the Indian Ocean.
With the continued tourism success, what challenges does that bring about, and how is Maldives dealing with it?
There are a lot of challenges compared to last 20 years, and then due to the change of the governments and then the political systems in Maldives recently, which actually makes it difficult for Maldives to promote ourselves, because some of our competitors and then the oppositions are making a lot of noises and wrong stories sending across the Maldives. Each of these stories has its own impact of the different countries and different mindsets. So we actually and also the other challenges, environmental challenges, global warming, coral bleaching, all these things. It's not happening to Maldives elsewhere. It's happening to all over the world. When you go to Australia, the coral bleaching is there. Indonesia, coral bleaching is there. So we actually trying to mitigate impacts of Maldives using various means and using various methods of technology available, and then the various resource people like professors, university students, and biologists and all that. The government is doing whatever they can to mitigate impacts of these things to the tourism destination. Other challenges would be the waste issues. It is, even if you go to a most remote area in the world, like Antarctica, you find same plastics you find in Maldives. So managing waste is also an issue, but the government has mechanisms established to collect and then dispose it in a way that it can be actually managed for the to manage waste as well. And then we are actually taking care of environments as it is a coral islands in order to protect and preserve for these islands for the future generations to come.
Well, yeah, it's if you mess it up, it's the tourism would change totally,
Exactly.
wouldn't it?
Exactly.
The livelihood. One of the things I noticed is how I guess you call them the software, the people who run and work at these resorts. That I gather they're pretty proud of what they have and very happy to have the jobs and understand why the tourists are flooding into Maldives and that they better protect it.
Yeah. The backbone of Maldives tourism from the very beginning is to sustainable tourism. So government, each and every resort property, before they give the permission to build, they need to do an environmental assessment, impact assessment study from the qualified technicians, and then it has to be approved from the government. So from the government side, we have assessors, quality experienced assessors, whether these reports are actually done by the using proper mechanism or taking all the factors under consideration and all that. So unless you get the approval for to build the resort, you won't be able to build it. So that is because to ensuring the sustainability of the fragile environment we have been blessed by the Creator. So it's one of the main pillars of tourism. And then the government is very strict on...
And how about the monitoring of that? Okay, so they passed the environmental study to build it. They're now operating it. Does the government come around and inspect it to make sure they're...
Sure. The government inspects it periodically, and if they have violated the laws and existing regulations, there will be a huge fine and all that. And then the mitigation factors will be in place to minimize the impacts of the tourism for a long term.
Is there a bit of pressure from the people, the local people, and other resort owners to, so to speak, whistleblow when somebody gets out of hand?
Yes, it is there. Maldives is a free country. You can, express your feeling, your concerns to any kind of a media, and then government will take it very seriously when it comes to environment and the tourism sector, because tourism sector consists of 70% of our economy. So
I've also noticed that there's a higher percentage than other destinations, tourist destinations, of local people who manage these properties than expatriates. So you go to Asia, Southeast Asia, things, you'll find a lot of Europeans and others managing the properties and resorts. I find that in Maldives, just looking at the contact names, they're more, well, I guess they're Maldivians.
Yeah, maybe percentage-wise, Maldives is doing very well to manage properties and all that. But I must agree, there are foreign investments as well. In order to grow and develop a country like Maldives, you must open for foreign investment as well. So we welcome foreign investment as well.
Mohamed, thank you very much.
Welcome. Pleasure.